Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a really beautiful winter snowflake peekaboo offset glitter tumbler. It's a lot, but oh my goodness, it's going to be so pretty. Guys, it's like 50 degrees here today, so it's pretty cold, and like it's an overcast, and like all of the leaves are changing. It's very fall-like, so like I'm in that mood where I've got like my baggy little sweater on, and like, oh, my favorite. So let's make a tumbler to represent cold weather. We're not in winter yet, but I mean, you know, it's cold, so here we go. I have a 20 ounce from Maker Flow Crafts. I'll put a link in the description, and this really pretty blue paint is called Oasis Blue. This is Rust-Oleum. And for the glitter, I am using Blueberry from the Glitter Grind. Guys, this is like a stunning deep royal blue. It's so pretty. I have not used it yet, but I know it's going to look absolutely gorgeous on a tumbler. So all we're doing today is adding the glitter to the tumbler, sealing epoxy, and coming back tomorrow to show you the rest. So excuse my little black cord here. I might end up unplugging it if it gets on my nerves too much. But I have my heat on in my shed now, so it's definitely that time of year where I need heat in here. And for those of you who have little she sheds or, you know, your work areas, whatever, tell me how you heat them. If you don't care, please make a comment and let me know like how you heat them, because like my little space heater here, it works fantastically, but I mean, my gosh, it eats up the electric bill. So I'm just covering the entire tumbler here in Mod Podge, getting a nice even coat, trying to get those little spaces on the bottom here. And once I'm pretty sure the whole thing is covered, I'll add the glitter. So like I said, if you missed it in the beginning, this is Blueberry from the Glitter Grind. And oh my goodness, so pretty. Like I said, this is my first time using it. So really pretty. Wow. I'm just covering the entire tumbler because tomorrow we're going to be doing a peekaboo. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe the next day. It just depends on how smooth the glitter is. Don't forget your bottom. So stinkin' pretty. Alright, so the glitter has been sealed. Now once the sealant dries in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pop it on my turner back here from Bama Cups, add some epoxy, and come back tomorrow to show you the next steps. So here we are the next day. There's one coat of epoxy, and it is pretty darn smooth. I am going to sand it down really good and then show you guys the decals that I got. I got them from Creative Fabrica. I'm going to have my link for your first month for $1 down in my description, and then I'll show you what to do. Alright, so now it's time for the peekaboo. All of these silver ones are going to be the offset, and all of the red ones are going to be the actual peekaboo ones. I might not use all of them. I probably printed out too much, but we'll see. So the red, I know it doesn't really match the tumbler, but this is all going to be removed once the paint dries. So make sure whenever you do a peekaboo, you don't use a vinyl that like you're trying to match, or that, just use some that you don't really care to waste. And I am just going to randomly scatter these throughout the tumbler, as many as I can put on. So now I just want to go through and push everything down, make sure everything is on there really good, so when I spray paint over this, no spray paint gets underneath of it and messes up the design. So now I'm going to take this outside and spray it with 2 times Rust-Oleum Clear, come back in, and I might add like a very light gray wood grain, we'll call it. Okay, so now that the paint is dry, you guys can see that I did a little experiment over here. I'm going to take some black and some white alcohol ink from Picasso. Dip my cotton ball in the black and then the white. And then go over all of this very roughly. I don't want it to be like super perfect or anything. And I am going to go over it with more white whenever I get it all on here to make it lighter as well. But for right now, I'm getting kind of like almost like a wood grain look, but not your traditional wood grain. So you can see whenever I start to add more white, and I just start kind of like rubbing it really hard, it almost gives it a blue tint, like a bluish gray. And you know, on like those really, really cold, snowy, overcast winter days, how it looks kind of like grayish blue out there? Alright, so now I'm going to take my little weeding pick here and I'm going to pick up all of these decals to reveal that gorgeous blue glitter underneath. So now that all of the vinyl is removed and that really super pretty blue glitter is showing through, it is time to add these very gorgeous, like, mirrored silver. Like, I call it mirror because you can literally see yourself in it. The offsets. So now I'm going to take a piece of transfer tape and hunt around and try to find the corresponding snowflakes. And if you guys have not seen me give like a little quick tutorial over how to make an offset in Cricut Design Space, I did it in my, what was it, my fall leaf peekaboo, I think it was, that video. I'll link it so you guys can see it, but I did show how I made offsets in there. So what I decided to do was do some of the snowflakes outlined and some of them not. So I think it's super cute. What I'm going to do is pop it on my turner back here from Bama Cups. I'm going to add some Helix from the glitter grind into my epoxy. That is a glitter additive, and it's going to give it a very subtle sparkle. So I'm going to come back after a couple coats of epoxy, the first one with Helix and the last one without Helix, just plain epoxy, and show you the finished result. So after a couple of coats of epoxy, this is what I've ended up with, and I think it is really super cute. I have been working my butt off for tumblers to take to a vendor event, and this is definitely going to be one of them. I think it'll be a good one. Before I go, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else." That was said by Judy Garland. That is all I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this tumbler. And if y'all have any questions, like always, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!